Now, when you look up what the Illuminati was interested in, and you look at the time the women's rights movements began, who was it? Abigail Adams, right? She was I believe she's called America's first feminist, okay? When did it start? It pretty much started from the beginning. They were there pretty much from around 1776. Now, what was Illuminati about? The Illuminati was about holding science over superstition, same thing as Masonry, and it was about women's equality, gender equality. That's one of the issues that the Illuminati was concerned with. So when did Masonry take its darkest turn? When we're talking about modern day suffering, what happened? When the women teamed up with the Illuminati. And then it started getting worse when the Eastern Star came out. I believe it started in Michigan. It started getting worse. The Great Lakes, right? The Great Lake of Fire. You know? And I'm not saying there's a connection there. I'm just throwing that out there. Now, if you look at what's going on, and you look at the dual gender of the Baphomet, when did things started getting demonic out of control? When was it no longer in the closet demonic and it was separate church from state and let's wow out like a bunch of satanic scum? It was when the women were introduced into the secret societies in a definitive fashion. And everything that proceedeth from then on in was part of using women to break down the family. Now, you could argue that women having the right to vote has been beneficial, but you could also easily argue that it has been detrimental. Has it been benign? Has it been malign? It's up for debate. One thing that isn't up for debate is that women have been used to break down the family, and they admit it themselves. Remember the video I did about the MP from the UK, I believe it was, the Women's Labour Party MP, who said flat out that feminism needs to take responsibility for their part in breaking down the family. They even admit it. They said, look, we broke down the family. We need to take responsibility. That's what they're saying when they're being honest. I mean, they admit to baby killing. Find a feminist who isn't pro-choice, you know? Find a true modern-day mainstream movement feminist who isn't pro-fucking choice. They admit they want you to have the option to kill babies. They admit they break down the family. What the fuck else do you want? What else do you want me to tell you? What else could I possibly tell a bunch of ignorant kuffars before they get it? The Illuminati. And then when Mason started talking about when did Masonry take a dark turn? Now, I would argue that it takes a dark turn from the start. But Masonry only has 300, 400 years before the Illuminati started? 1776, May 1st, Adam Weishaupt, a Jesuit monk who some say was a descendant of Jews. So not only do you have Rothschild, and some say he was an agent of the Rothschild family. Not only do you have the Rothschilds who were already in power before 1815 or so when the Battle of Waterloo happened, and they started getting an immense amount of power. That's when the Illuminati agenda exploded. What is it going to take for you people to get it? Then one of the main ingredients in the Illuminati's destruction of religion and of fair play and of what little holiness was left in society, what little good, was women. Mark my words right now and don't you ever forget them. Listen carefully. You can quote me. This is where you should start. Women are as essential to the Illuminati's globalist New World Order agenda as flour is to traditional cake mix as we know it. Thank you.